In Pigface, you do not become an assassin because you want the thrill or the money, you do it because someone put a bomb in your skull. Our protagonist, Exit, wakes up in a pool of blood and learns the rules fast. Take contracts to wipe out gangs or get her head detonated by the people who own her. That hard setup fits the tone of the game. Pigface is a fast, brutal, low-poly FPS with a dirty early 2000s look. Think retro visuals and thick atmosphere rather than shiny effects. It also borrows a little of the Hotline Miami spirit, short, violent missions, and emphasis on planning your road and collectible masks that grant small perks. But it's its own thing, slower when you want it to be, louder when you choose, and always pushing you to solve problems your way. Between jobs, Exit lives in a sad little apartment on the edge of nowhere. From a beat-up laptop you pick up contracts, read their conditions, and check optional tasks for extra cash. Your handlers pick you up in a big van that doubles as a loadout room. During the ride you choose one firearm and one melee weapon, a mask, body armor, and healing syringes. That buzz moment is small but it sells the word. You are a tool in someone else's hands, being driven from one ugly place to the next. When a mission is complete, the van returns to the starting point to extract you. No escapes until the job is done. Missions are compact maps with more freedom than you expect. There is no timer, the game does not rush you. Buildings have several entrances, side corridors, vents and hidden angles. You can go loud and storm the front door with a shotgun or take 10 minutes to circle the block, slip through a side gate and clear room one by one. Enemies react to noise and bodies. Take cover and try to flank. They are not geniuses, but they are not the mindless either.
Sometimes may be good, sometimes may be shit.
And a bad pick can end a run fast. When things get messy, you feel it. You bleed, your screen smears with red, and the only music you hear is tense club beat that kicks in the moment the area is alerted. Most of the time the soundscape is quiet and grim. Footsteps on concrete, trains in distance, a humming light, so the audio spikes carries weight. Gunplay sits at the center of Pigface and for now is the best way to survive. By default there is no crosshair, you learn your hip fire and read the weapon animations. If you mount a scope or a laser, you get an aiming aid, but many fights still come down to feel and distance control. You can buy attachments like suppressor and optics, with trade-offs that matter. A silencer keeps you off the radar but reduces damage, so a clean one-tap headshot becomes a two-shot job unless you get very close. I like that push and pull, it lets you build for stealth or power. Even better, any gun you carry out from a mission is added to your stash for future runs, so you are not forced to grind money just to try something new. I do wish mod system went deeper, bigger magazines, typed reloads, tuned recoil, so you could personalize weapons beyond the basic add a scope, add a can. It would fit the gritty DUI mood perfectly. Melee exists, but it needs more love. You can equip hammers, wrenches, bats and blades, and you can throw them for silent takedowns. That part works. The problem is efficiency. Against armed enemies, closing distance is often a losing bet, and guns finish fights faster and safer. A kick or shove move would help a lot, letting you put someone into hazards or over a ledge. A grab and shield option, choking an enemy from behind using their body to push through a doorway, would also add options for true stealth players. The world already hints at the possibilities with spikes, walls, dangerous ledges and moving trains. One mission on Rail Yard is a great example. Enemies and you can be erased by a passing train if you misjudge timing. More environmental tools, trap wires, power boxes to overload, heavy doors to drop, cars you can set rolling, would deepen the sandbox and make melee routes more satisfying. Masks are a smart flourish. Before deployment you pick mask that gives you a small passive bonus, and that choice nudges your approach. A mask that studies your aim or boosts damage pushes you toward an aggressive clear. The system around money are simple but fair. Completing optional goals bring extra cash, and you can scavenge trash like nails or empty syringes to get some cash. Right now this item seems to be for money only. A light crafting layer, say combining parts into a cheap suppressor or a one-use trap, would make looting feel more meaningful. Fail a mission and you lose a chunk of your cash, so slow, careful clears are rewarded. But the game never punishes experimentation without countdown. Level design helps the fantasy. Interiors are cramped and dirty, Alice gives you angles, most locations offer at least 2 or 3 paths to the objective room. Light and darkness matter. The flashlight is helpful but weak, which fits the tone even if it can frustrate in deep shadow. Surface change footstep sounds so you can track patrols and avoid noisy floors. Enemies wear better gear as you progress. Vests or traps set near doors. You can only carry one firearm at a time, but swapping on the fly keeps runs dynamic. Pigface is early access and you can feel both the promise and the limits. The core loop already works. Take a contract, plan your road, pick your tools, and execute at your own pace. At the same time, the melee path needs clearer purpose. The environment wants more interactive toys, and the weapon mod system could use a second layer for players who love tinkering. None of these are blockers, they are growth areas that match what the game is trying to be. What sells Pigface most is mood. It's not a gore show like Doom, but it's harsh. The world is corrupt and uncaring. An exit is stuck inside it, doing ugly work for uglier people. The low poly art, the grey-brown palette, the rare blast of music, the quiet of apartment between calls, it all builds a believable, nasty little universe. If you enjoy compact, system-driven shooters where you can decide how to crack a space, and if you do not mind a few rough edges while new features arrive, Pigface is worth a look. It's affordable, it runs well, and even now there's several cool missions to test different playstyles. With more environmental tricks, stronger melee options, and deeper gun tuning, it could grow from interesting to special. For now, it's a strong foundation with a mean streak, and a bomb ticking in the back of your head. In the description there is link to the game. Leave a like or tell me in the comments what do you think about Pigface. See ya, bye.